You're not. Good evening and welcome to Chasing Prophecy on FM 105.3 New Orleans, where we discuss anything and everything beyond the scope of normal. I'm Jenny Nicasio along with Sean Kelly and Jason. I'm Pretro. Screwed your name up.
Of course.
No. And she's not here right this second, so I kind of miss you. But we had a really fun show last week, huh, guys?
Yeah, it was very much. Hi, Joni.
It was fun. It was hi, Joni. Yeah, it was a great Halloween special. So
yes, it was.
We had a good time. We had fun. Did you guys do anything special for Halloween?
I worked.
Oh,
but I did pass that candy. Check this out, right? 226 kids came to our house for Halloween.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
jeez.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids on that neighborhood. We only had one.
Well, you know what? Dormont's big for trick-or-treating Halloween, and people come from like the city of Pittsburgh and other places. Yeah. No. And their parents park in the parking lot down by my house, and then they take their kids out.
How far is Dormont from Pittsburgh, the city of Pittsburgh?
About 3 or 4 miles, if that.
Oh, wow. Jason, you get trick-or-treaters?
We went trick-or-treating.
Oh. Did you put candy out for the trick-or-treaters that come to your neighborhood or not?
Oh, we don't get any kids where we're at. We're on a main road. They'll get run over.
Oh, that's terrible. But a lot of strange things happened over the weekend. I'll have to say that. The spirits were really out. Did you guys get any spirits? I mean, besides alcohol?
No. Nah, none of that. No spirits at all. In fact, believe it or not, it was kind of like quiet. It wasn't as spirity as it should have been.
Did you watch any? Here's Trish.
There she is. Hi, Trish.
There she is.
Did you guys watch any spooky shows or movies?
No.
Trisha, how was your Halloween?
Your
mic's off, hon.
Your mic's off. There you go.
Sorry. There was a police siren going through right when I came on. So, my Halloween, it was good. It was very, very, very busy over the weekend with me. So,
did you get to go to the cemetery like you wanted to do?
I did not. I went to a Samhain retreat with other pagans, and we had a feast and bonfires and things like that in the woods.
That sounds like fun.
That was fun. I took my kids trick-or-treating. So we celebrate Halloween or Samhain for 3 days because it's our new year. So
that's really cool.
It's kind of so it's very, this is the last day being All Saints Day, and All Souls Day and All Saints Day, the first and the second. So
do pagans celebrate the All Souls Day? I know I'm a Catholic, and I went to the cemetery today and paid tribute to my family.
Yes, and it's the same concept. It's to recognize, I believe some pay tribute to specific deities and things like that. Some recognize all of the deities on those days, some just their ancestors. I think it's based on a person's beliefs. So.
Oh, okay. Well, tonight we have a different show. Well, not really different. I mean, we're just going to still talk paranormal, but I was reading Tyson's Gift. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it's backwards.
No, it looks good.
Is it fine? It's not backwards? Okay.
No.
I have to say, I don't want to choke up, but it was a really good story. How an 8-pound canine became a man's greatest spiritual guide. And this is Brandon Wainwright. I hope I'm not messing up his name, but he wrote this. And there's nothing truer in the world than the love of a dog or any fur baby for that matter. And losing one is the hardest thing you'll ever endure. But what if you knew for certain that it wasn't the end? And Brandon wrote this beautiful story about his relationship with his, I believe it was a Chihuahua, but I don't want to mess that up. I cried reading it, and I really teared up when he talks about some things that happened in the book. And as Brandon began his spiritual journey, and his spiritual intuitive side, and what he discovered that he could actually communicate with his pet. But we're gonna talk about this, and he's going to tell us the truth about the afterlife. He embarks upon an incredible journey that shakes his perception of reality and challenges beliefs about what happens to us after we die. In presenting this story to others, Brandon shares healings to those who are in search of answers and affirms the eternal love between a person and their fur baby. And this is a gift for Tyson, his beloved dog that passed. Brandon is he's an animal lover. I don't know if you still are, Brandon, so I don't want to screw this up. He was a police officer as well as a Reiki practitioner. He resides with his wife and his daughter, 2 dogs, and a chinchilla in the San Francisco Bay Area. Welcome to Chasing Prophecy, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Hi,
Hey,
how's it
Welcome,
going?
buddy.
I have to say that this is going to be a hard show for me because I've been crying nonstop basically all day about, like, it is Old Souls Day, and I was talking to my mother about the story and how it touched me, because when I was 16, I think 1982, so it would make me probably, I think 17, 17 or 16, I lost my beloved German Shepherd, Caesar. And it was my fault because I accidentally left the gate open.
Ooh,
And to
that's a
this
rough one.
day, when I think of him, I tear up. And the story is so beautifully written. I said I wasn't going to cry, but it was such a beautifully written story.
Well,
And I
thank you,
think
Jenny.
anybody who's lost a dog or a cat or anything, a pet that was their, to me, my dog was like my soulmate. And I have another German Shepherd, but it will never take Caesar's place. So instead of me crying and blubbing away, I'm going to put you on, and I want you to tell us your story and tell us how you were a police officer, and tell our viewers and listeners what brought you to this point in your life.
When I was one of those people that I was an agnostic, if you will. I wasn't raised religious at all. I tried on a number of religions when I was in college and after college. I was engaged to a very religious lady that ultimately we broke up because I couldn't convert. I couldn't find truth in her religion, at least not enough to convert to it. And so I was one of those people that just decided, I know there's more, but I don't know what it is, and I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to move on with my life and make peace with that. And as a child, I had a number of dogs, specifically, that were taken away from me. So for various reasons. And so I had a lot of trauma regarding dogs. Well, when Tyson came into my life, my wife, who at the time was my girlfriend just before we got engaged, she got him. And I wasn't all that into it at the time. I still love dogs, but having one I kind of blocked myself off from it, I think, because of the things that happened to me as a kid. And it just wasn't a priority for me. But so Tyson comes into my life, and he's a dachshund. You were right. He was 3/4 Chihuahua and a quarter dachshund. And at the time I delivered bottled water, and it was like, oh no, here's, in my experience, these dogs were not friendly. They were vicious attack dogs, in little bodies. And so I wasn't into it at all. And then, but as soon as he came into my life, he just captured my heart. And, my relationship with him really helped me to heal over different experiences that I had as a kid. And then, he was a big personality. He was mischievous as any dog you could imagine. He was self-centered, but yet loving. He was very emotional. He knew exactly what he was feeling, and he wasn't your typical dog where they're just like, love you, no matter how you're feeling. They're right there just wanting to please you. He really wasn't like that. He was more like a combination between a cat and a dog, which for me was actually kind of a good thing, because I had to earn it. I had to earn his love and trust. And initially he was real standoffish with me, which was unusual because dogs have always taken to me immediately. So anyway, the bond that I had with him was really special, and it helped me open up and heal a lot during his lifetime. And so when he passed away, and it was a big deal. I cherished every moment with him. I knew it was special, a lot like Caesar, I would imagine. And I dreaded it, but I figured, well, this is the nature of things, and I'll deal with it when it comes. Mm-hmm. Well, within a couple of days of losing him, I realized that I was dealing with more than just grief. I was dealing with a spiritual paradigm problem. At the time I was about 45 or so, so obviously I lost a number of family and friends and animals. Mm-hmm. And I just accepted it. It just was what it was. But with Tyson, he was like a combination between a child, a brother, a mentor. He was like, he was my soulmate. I mean, I'm not exaggerating that. He was literally my soulmate. And so it was hard for me to just accept his death without knowing that he was okay. And that was something that not having a specific paradigm, doesn't really, that's one of the downsides to it, right? It's easier to just say, well, I know there's something, I don't know what it is. I'm never going to know what it is. But at that point, that was when that became a problem for me. So I found myself struggling with this, and I just wanted to feel some comfort. So I went on Amazon and I read a book called Animals and the Afterlife. And I actually punched in Animals in the Afterlife because I was looking for some kind of comfort. I didn't care if it was fiction, nonfiction, whatever. I wanted to read about animals in the afterlife to make myself feel better about what was about my dog. And this book, I highly recommend it. It's a nonfiction book written by a doctor and who has, he has a lot of extrasensory perceptions, mm-hmm. very gifted psychic lady, but also a doctor. And she tells the story, and she's in the book, she's dealing with animal communicators. She experiences reincarnation of animals. She has consultations with multiple communicators that all have the same messages that they deliver to her, and they're not affiliated with each other. Mm-hmm. And for me, I should also add that I'm still a police officer, although it's looking like that's going to be coming to an end very soon. So I'm a skeptic. I'm not somebody mm-hmm. that's just going to take this stuff willy-nilly, especially given all the searching I had done prior to that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I was so compelled by this story that I was like, man, if this is real, it's worth exploring. It really is. And if it's not, well, whatever, and so I ended up starting to do my own consultations with communicators, and I won't tell the whole story, but I'll just leave it at I had some very specific messages relayed to me that I knew could only be coming from Tyson, and it opened up a whole new spiritual realm for me. And I ended up doing more consultations and having more experiences. I had the next one I did was with a medium, Lisa Silverman, who's amazing, by the way, extremely talented. And my uncle came through, my grandma came through, my aunt came through, and Tyson came through. All four of it. It was 2 solid hour consultation of nothing but accurate information. And, you know, my uncle and grandma died when I was 16 years old. I'm 48 now. Mm-hmm. So, you know, this wasn't like, you know, the information on them was readily available. There was nothing on my internet about them, nothing on, you know, on Facebook or anything like that. So at that point, I realized, wait a minute, you know, this is for real. You know, I mean, I was very open to it. And I was, in fact, I would even say I was hoping that I would find that it was real. But I was also very skeptical. And I wasn't going to allow myself to just believe because I was in pain and needing comfort. Mm-hmm. I was trying to be as discerning as I possibly could. And so, but once that happened, it was like the floodgates were open, and I was, you know, open to whatever metaphysical experiences came my way. That's when I got into Reiki, because I was looking for ways to open up, and I had a friend that recommended it to me. And I've just been on this path ever since. So this happened Tyson passed in April of 2018. And so I've been on this path ever since, and it's been life-changing, and it's just been an incredible experience. I mean, yeah, the answer is yes, we definitely live on. We definitely can communicate with those that have crossed over and are on the other side. And there are people out there that can facilitate this at will, you know, extremely talented communicators. And that said, we are all psychic. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've found as I've been exploring this myself. And you know, I've not just as a healer, I've found myself to be talented as a healer, but I've also recently taken some classes where I've learned that I've got some psychic ability too. I knew they say that, but mm-hmm. Until you realize that it's true, until experience it, you know, I believed it, but I just didn't know if I was ever going to open up. But I'm slowly opening up, and mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, when I was reading the book, I was just, you know, because I want to see, like, I want to feel my, like, Caesar, like you actually got to feel his presence after you did the reading, or did you feel his presence before that?
The first 2 readings I did, I was like, nothing came through, to be honest, that was earth shattering, that was specific enough to convince me. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I that's what I was looking for. And it's not to say that the communicators weren't legit and talented in their own right. It's just that the information that they were getting wasn't convincing me. But the third one, as soon as the
one that you had a 2-hour reading, and the one.
That was the third with the animal communicator, Sandy Casca. That was the first one that really blew my socks off. And what
did she tell you that Tyson was communicating to you?
Well, you know, it was just specific things about, like, for example, I said that I had to earn it with him. I mean, we're talking in the beginning of your relationship. Yeah, it took me 2 months to win him over, which is, I mean, I don't care who you are. That's a long time to have to, you know. Whereas my wife, the second they were in each other's lives, he was just a total snuggle bug with her, but not with me, boy. I had to earn it, and so that was the very first thing that was communicated, was that he had to be a tough egg to crack, because, you know, he had to help me open my heart, and I wasn't going to do that unless he made me earn it. I mean, you talk about specific and unusual, especially, you know, you figure I'm going to an animal communicator, so obviously I'm distraught over the loss of my dog, mm-hmm. and you know, presumably you would expect this really special connection that probably happened from the start. I mean, if you're stereotyping, right? But no, it was very specific. And then it went into descriptions of my relationship with him versus my wife's versus my daughter's, and it was all very specific, and you know, they were all different. And in the case of my wife and I, they were only subtly different. I mean, she nailed it on the head, the differences between our relationships. So it was like, there is no way. But then she also described a specific physical ailment that he had that was, you know, and that just, I knew it. I felt it the whole time. Yeah, about his leg. I mean, it was like the whole, everything that was said, it was just resonating so strong, and it was just obvious that it was for real. But even after that first initial really successful communication, I still was skeptical. I was a tough egg to crack. But the second one, the one with Lisa Silverman, who's a medium, she does animal communication too, but she's does mediumship of all kinds. That was the one that just.
Can you share some with the listeners of what Tyson said, or
that what he's
what he communicated to you through the psychic?
Well, like it was specifically, it was stuff about his physical ailments that were. I don't want to give away the whole.
Yeah, I know. You want people to read.
Yeah, I want them to be curious, but it's it was too specific. It was very, very specific information about his leg, and then injuries that came as a result of his initial injury. It was all stuff that was like,
so you're a true believer now.
Yes.
Through all this that your pets live on. No,
well, we all live on. Not just
I'm just curious. With his leg, did you ever have any similar ailments?
No, I didn't. I mean, I've certainly had issues with my legs from time to time, but it was nothing like that. It was nothing like what
I was just wondering, as I've noticed with a lot of people, I communicate with animals too on occasion, and a lot of their owners have certain ailments that the animal will develop. And there's beliefs in different cultures that those animals come into your life to kind of heal you from that, but they take on that energy themselves. So much like human healers, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You can't protect your energy. So
I think animals, I mean, everything that I've studied and seen, it seems like animals themselves are very intuitive, very psychic themselves, and very empathic.
Oh, yeah.
I think animals are the best to communicate with, almost, because if you think about it, animals are there. People talk to their animals, at least I do anyways.
I talk to mine
more than nobody else. My animals, they sit there and they see everything that goes on in your life, in your house, wherever you take them, more so than other humans. So they tend to know more about us than anybody else. So.
Well, and they know you on a soul level. I think and I think they're more consciously aware of you on a soul level than humans are. I think they're able to perceive a lot that we have been taught to kind of push aside, and so but they're such pure souls. It's nothing better than an animal.
Brandon, what do you think of this? What happened to me? I know I want to know what you think. Now Caesar he was ferocious. We had to lock him in. We shut the door. The one bathroom when we had company. So his room where he would always go would be into the bathroom, and that was the yellow bathroom. And we had parties or guests came, he would go in the yellow bathroom. Well, the night that February 19th, 1982, I'll never forget it. The day that I left the gate open and he was hit by a car. It was a hit and run. That night we took him to the animal hospital and they tried to save him. And when he had died, we had that night, the next morning, he died at 2:00 in the morning. And that early morning we had kitchen remodels were putting new bathroom doors, the new doors on the bathrooms and all the through their house. And I was in the bathroom, and I'm crying, and I'm hysterical in the bathroom. and they had just put the new door on. Now, what do you think about this? That was Caesar's room where he felt this. I guess that would be like a crate. The dogs feel safe.
Mm.
And I looked up at the door. The brand new wooden doors you can still see the grains of the wood in. It wasn't painted yet. And we never did get it painted after this. But in the grain of the wood, his face, his ears, his eyes, his mouth, everything was engraved in the wood. I freaked out. I started screaming, my mom, come here, Caesar's on the bathroom door. And it was so distinct looking like him because he had, his eyes were like Oriental. I know that sounds weird because he's a German Shepherd, but they reminded me of Oriental, like the slant to them. And it was exactly like that on the door. And we would, every time company would come and they knew Caesar would go in that bathroom, everybody was coming to the house to see Caesar's he's on the bathroom door. Everybody, it was like a tourist attraction because if you knew Caesar and you saw him, you knew what he looked like, and then to see his face ingrained in the wood. What do you think about that?
I would say that it's legit. I would say that he, there is no such thing as time, right? I mean, not really. It's a construct for this plane of reality, and so I would say that was by divine, I would say, it was by divine design. I would say he had something to do with it.
That's what I think. They kind of give me some kind of peace of mind. I was devastated,
absolutely.
just like you. I mean, I slept with my mother and father for like 6 weeks. I could not sleep by myself. I was a mess. And like I said, I still get torn up. So I know people that they've had encounters with them. And I always think sometimes I feel once my dog now, Ava, is not around, I'll think it's her and I'll feel my bed go down a little bit. Like it feels like someone sat next to me. Or I could feel like, how you have a nose, your dog used to nudge you with their nose. And I'll be in my bed sleeping and Ava's not there. I'm thinking it's Ava. Then I'll feel somebody like on my leg nudging, like it's like their nose. You know what I mean? And I felt like, who is that? Is that you? Is that you, Caesar? No, it's not Ava. So who else is it? But it kind of gives you comfort. What do you think about the Rainbow Bridge? Do you think there's any such thing? Is it Rainbow Bridge that you're going to see all your pets?
Oh, well, I don't necessarily think there's an actual. Although I don't think there's an actual rainbow bridge. But then again, we manifest, what we experience. So, it's I mean, maybe if that's what you manifest, that is what you're going to see when you pass. But I do think that your animals are there for you when you cross over. If they're, if you had a strong connection with them, I think love is timeless. I don't think it ever dies. I think we stay connected to our soulmates, and it sounds like Caesar was absolutely a soulmate of yours. And have you ever tried to communicate with him?
No, I didn't know how to do it, so I don't know what I would even know where to start. But
maybe Trisha could help you with that.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you tried to communicate with your current dog?
Me?
No, Jenny.
Oh, Ava. Oh, Ava's so smart. Oh, Ava's
one that's living.
She knows when
like telepathically.
Oh yeah, like she knows. I don't even have to. With Ava, I don't even. If I think you want to go outside and play, it's like she's at the door. You want to go for? I tried this. You want to go? I'll be upstairs and I'm thinking I'm going to take Ava and go play ball, and all of a sudden she'll come up here. Like if I say, Ava, you want to come up and play ball? She'll come around. Or it's funny though because my mom will say, Ava is at the door waiting for me, and I didn't even pull up in the car yet. From the road. So it's like she knows that I'm coming before I even get near the road. Like
I know
isn't that weird?
Kind of how I started was communicating with my dog that's still here first, and then I was better able because sometimes even spirit animals communicate very differently than humans. So I mean, I don't know if you've experienced that as well, but it's different. It's definitely distinctly different than humans in my experience.
Yeah, if I start to think about her, like I'll be telling you guys, Ava, why don't you come up and play ball with me, baby doll? And she'll come up, and then like she won't do it now, but
How
yeah,
do you
I
know?
think
How do
so.
you know?
Ava, come on up here, baby.
I have an experience of my current dog. When I rescued her from a very abusive situation. And when we first moved back here, I started realizing the connection between sometimes our pets and reincarnation from maybe even other family members. So I had an uncle that passed away years ago. And when I adopted Ella, my current dog, it was a few months later, this dog park I took her to had a picture that looked exactly like her, but it had my uncle's name on it. I'm like, well, that's ironic, but I don't really believe in coincidences. So, and that kept coming up. And then I was at work one day and the person next to me had a photo of a dog that looked just like her on their locker. And then I turned around and the nameplate behind me was also my uncle's name.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
I'm like,
That's crazy.
Sometimes there's things like that kind of directly connect even other ancestors and things like that.
Lisa Silverman, who was the medium that channeled my uncle and my grandma and my aunt Ann Tyson, she had a dog that she firmly believes was her dad.
Oh, wow.
So
And there's,
it's
in
definitely
different cultures, there's different ascension levels, and obviously animals are one of those, depending on where you're at in I guess your process.
What was that movie that the dog that kept on coming back was reincarnated?
The Dog's Purpose.
Oh yeah, that was so wild. I would love that to happen, but your dog to come back to you.
Well, definitely don't underestimate it, because it definitely happens. I know that now. I know that from experience. So
I've heard of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny, did you ever see Ava just looking like she was playing with another dog? Do you think Caesar's around she's playing with?
No, but sometimes I actually thought, well, maybe she was Caesar because they have the same personality when it comes to being ferocious to other people. But no, I don't think she
Okay.
might, I don't know. I never noticed her, but I know it's not Caesar because she's scared of her own shadow though. And
Okay.
Caesar wasn't afraid of anybody. He wasn't afraid of anybody. See, I had Caesar when our dog had puppies, and he was one of them.
But what about in other aspects of him, though, or of her? Does she feel like the same soul to you in other ways?
I feel Ava's my soulmate. I mean, too, because she can, like I said, she reads my mind. She's constantly with me. She's such a protector. She's just a sweetheart. To other people, she's ferocious, but to me, she's a sweetheart. But I don't know. I don't know if she has any. I think I might have known her. Maybe I had so many pets when I was a kid. I had so many cats and so many dogs. We took in all the strays, like all the cats that come near me are like they were found outside. So I'm like the cat. It used to be called the cat whisperer. Now my son is, because I had cat. They were everywhere. There was my one cat was she was behind the shed. I found her when she was only like this little, and then the other one was these boys where I was working in a beauty shop years ago. I don't know how many years ago it was. These boys were shooting BB gun, and I rescued him. And then the other one was he just showed up on our front porch, crouching to come in. So it's like they just come. They just
Dr. Doolittle-lette. Huh.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. They just come around. They always and then there was a dog too. We called him Tramp. All we do is run around. He'd leave the house because he would but he was a sweetheart. He was like an old soul dog. He was a mutt, but he was I was so sad to lose him, and because it was just a mutt that came. He just wandered into the yard. He just wanders into the yard. Oh gosh, yeah. I truly believe what you're. I mean, it'd be so nice. It is nice to know, and I'm so glad that this opened up the door to you to discover your metaphysics side with the Reiki. So, are you doing anything with that? Are you doing any readings or anything yourself?
Well, I just recently took I took a class at Delphi University in northern Georgia, where you learn how to channel, and so I'm not doing it professionally, but I have done it. I have it, Reiki. I've done hundreds of hours of Reiki, but I've never actually charged anybody for it. And at some point, I'll probably, I would like to start, trying to do this on a more,
Yeah,
on a more of at least a part-time
it's nice
basis.
that it opened up the doors to this.
Brandon,
Yes.
can I give you a suggestion, please?
Sure.
When I would give people psychic readings, I would never charge them, but I would ask them, to do something nice for somebody. Okay. What you need to do is to keep the energy flowing.
Yeah.
Because if you do something for somebody, it's going to stop, and the energy just stops. So if you just ask them, hey, like make a person smile today,
Yeah.
and then you got the energy flowing.
Yeah.
Jason, you're
energy
awful
exchange
quiet,
of some
too.
kind.
Oh, just listening.
Did you ever have a
I forgot that's the name of what's his name, Caesar Milan. The animal whisperer.
Oh yeah,
that's your dog. Maybe that's what. Since all these animals just come to you, maybe that's what you're
You're
supposed
the
to.
animal whisperer. You got a picture of Ava, Jenny, that you want to show everybody?
Ava?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I'm
see.
sure I do. I do.
Pull it up.
I have to find one on Facebook.
One of my favorite cemeteries to visit here in Topeka is it's called Rochester, and they have a very, very large pet cemetery, which I think is great. That's something unique about that one.
Yeah. That I just think of the movie Pet Cemetery. That's why I avoid them, buddy.
Yeah,
seriously. But
well,
you're
I'm not bringing them back to life.
But you know what? For me, the only time I had a dog was when I was really young, about 12 years old, and he was an English bulldog. And I really wasn't into the spirituality like I am today. But I do remember when I was divorced, I lived over in Pleasant Hills, and we were really close to South Park. And my son at the time, he was about 8 years old. And it was really cool because when you enter South Park, there's this bend, and he would always say, my son would always say, Mother Earth, can you show me a deer? And as we made that bend, a deer would appear right there. And I used to go out South Park a lot and meditate. And one time I was meditating, and honest to God's truth, this mother raccoon with like 4 or 5 little babies came in front of me, sat down, and they were looking at me like giving me messages. You know what I mean? So, even though I didn't really have a pet, I would do a lot with the animals in the wilderness, like deers and raccoons and even a fox. Even I dealt with a fox. So, they are very spiritual.
I messed with some raccoons once while camping. They kept getting in our trash, so I made a couple mountain pies and put them in a shoebox and taped it shut. And then the babies were trying to get it, and they couldn't get it, so the mom raccoon came up and took the whole box. Disappeared over the hill.
They're smart.
Yeah.
This is a picture of Caesar.
Oh boy, he's a big boy.
That's my baby. That was my baby.
Wow.
I dressed him up all the time. I treated him like he was a friend of mine.
You dress your friends up?
Yeah, I do that too.
Oh my God, Jenny, he's huge.
He was pretty big, but I'll show you. I'll find one of Ava, and they look sort of similar. Well, German Shepherds all look similar, I guess. I guess, right? I don't know. But that's my baby. Yeah. It's just amazing. So tell us a little bit more. So you do the well, you said the way you're retiring from being a police officer?
Well, I'm having to. I'm basically being forced to leave.
Oh God, no! They're making you get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh man.
Yeah, and my daughter. I live out here in California, which is a different world. And my daughter's 12 years old, and I've done a lot of research about the vaccine. I'm not okay with her getting it.
No,
and,
I'm here with you.
So we're not going to force her to do home. Well, honestly,
you shouldn't force. No, I'm totally on with you. You shouldn't have to be forced to do something that you don't want to do to your body, which is ridiculous in America. So I will stand by you 100%.
No, thank you. I appreciate
100%.
It's interesting because other parts of the country, when I was in Georgia, that's where I took my class, and then we spent some time looking around Florida and South Carolina, looking for a place to maybe move to, because we're going to have to. We're not going to be able to stay here because we won't be able to afford our mortgage or anything.
Go to Florida. Where else can you go?
Pennsylvania.
I don't know about that yet because they're already mandating city workers to get the vaccine, Sean.
We're planning on Florida. I've got family down there.
I'd love to go to Florida.
But people have a whole different attitude about all this back there. Here in the Bay Area where I live, you're taking your chances if you talk. If you're critical of the vaccines.
I can imagine, yeah. Definitely.
It's a very, very different situation.
It's a very different situation that we're living in right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you should have to decide. You shouldn't have to choose between your livelihood and getting a vaccine.
Well, and then, I actually, just full disclosure, I got the vaccine initially because being out dealing with the public, it seemed to me like that was the smartest thing for me to do when they first came out, and my wife did too. But then having seen what's happened since, and the track record and everything else that I've seen come out, I'm not okay with getting any more. And
they want you to get another one and another one and another one.
Yeah, and where I work, fully vaccinated means whatever vaccine plus boosters the FDA is recommending at that particular time. That's crazy. Like, I'm going to pull the trigger and get out now before I lose my livelihood and can't afford my mortgage and lose my house and everything.
Yeah. Else. So you're going to get out before they force you to, so you can get your pension and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sad thing though, because I'm probably giving up. I've only got a few more years to go, and I'm probably giving up about 40% of my pension by doing so. But it's at least I'll have my freedom, and
you'll have your freedom. Yeah, and it's you're so this new venture that could be the start of something for you.
That's I mean, the other thing about being a law enforcement officer out in California is frustrating to say the least. We definitely have been at the tip of the spear as far as the politics and that sort of thing. And it's been, I got into this late, and the majority of my career has been spent in a environment where things are hostile towards the cops. So I'm tired of that, but I was actually still very motivated until the last couple of years. But I'm kind of looking forward to doing something that to help spread this the spiritual information and help other people to grow and to help other people find peace. And that's the whole thing with the book. The main reason I wrote it, I mean, aside from wanting to tell our story and to memorialize Tyson's life, I wanted to help other people to understand that. Oh, there he is.
That's Ava.
That's Ava.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely similar.
No, she's the one. Oh God, there's another one.
Brandon, have you considered? I don't know why this just came to me, but maybe there's a reason. Have you considered? There's programs to help retired canines be placed maybe with veterans or other retired, maybe you could do something like that, be kind of a liaison between the two.
Yeah, I would love that type of thing, or helping with shelters, all that stuff. I would like to do something to do with the animals, and then also
training.
Well, I'm not much of a trainer, to be honest.
Well, I'm talking about the ones like the military canines or the police canines, things like that are off duty or even maybe injured that can't return to work, and they try to place them with the right. I know there's a veterans program that does that. I know there's some for even retired police officers and such, and it's part of their healing process. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just saw that with you. Maybe that's nearby, or maybe that's something that you could look into. That would.
I will. That's a good idea, because that would be a really great thing to do. It's looking like we're going to be in Florida, so wherever we end up settling,
got a good governor there.
Yeah, and I've got family there too, which is part of the draw. But I wanted people, when I wrote the book, I wanted people to understand that we do, and that's what I'm hoping, is to give people the idea and the belief, or at least open them up to the idea and belief, do their own exploring, that we do live on. Not just animals, but humans also.
Yeah.
And I was hoping the book would bring people peace.
Definitely. I think it's a great read. Like, I thought it was well written. And it's a good, there's Tyson on the back. Can you see him, guys?
That's my boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, because that's the reality of things. We live in a 3-dimensional world, and so many of us get taught from an early age that the metaphysical world is hocus pocus and make believe, and we lose touch with that side of ourselves. And the reality is that side of ourselves is the best guide. If you can learn to tune into it.
See if you can see that. He's so cute.
Him under the covers. Yeah.
So cute.
He was quite the sleeper. He loved to sleep and cuddle.
I know Chihuahuas they have a little mean streak in them.
Yeah, little ankle biters.
Yeah. They're not really. I wouldn't say they're mean.
My smallest dog's like that.
An ankle biter.
Yeah.
I got 4 dogs, and my smallest one, she's like a cat and just angry all the time.
She's
unless
like
she wants something.
Angry all the time.
She doesn't love up on you unless she wants something. But something that's cool. The youngest dog we have, he's the biggest, and before our son was born, he would cuddle up with my wife, like on her belly where the baby was. Like he knew like something was. It was really cool.
Yeah, they do know. And that was Tyson with our daughter Madison. We weren't sure how he was going to respond when we brought her home, and we were actually kind of worried because every experience we had with him at kids, he was like, they walked away from him crying, because he would dress them down, but when we brought Tyson home, he immediately knew that she was part of our pack, and he was loving on her. And what I found with Chihuahuas is that they're definitely standoffish, but it's more out of a sense of insecurity, and it's a safety thing for them. Mm-hmm. As long as they feel safe, they're actual real lovers. But they
shake a lot.
They shake a lot. Yeah, there's only there's few people in most Chihuahuas circles that will make them feel safe. That's the problem. So our new we have a Chihuahua Chihuahua mini pincher mix, who, let's just say, she keeps Tyson's spirit alive every day. I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
But yeah, she's one of those where she'll run away. You come into our house and she'll come up behind you and nip the back of your calf. But it's done.
My mom's used to do that all the time.
Yeah,
I used to have holes, and it was when my kids were babies. It's like she was a Chihuahua and she never had puppies herself. And so I think it was like, she just took to the babies right away, you know, like they were hers. And every time I would pick my kids up from my mom's house and try to leave, I have holes in the back of my jeans at the ankle from where she would try to bite me.
Yeah, they're I'll tell you what, they're so rich in soul. They're such lovers when you're actually in their inner circle. They're more like, you know, they're not like a lab or a golden retriever, one of those that just love everybody. Our other dog's a golden doodle, and she is just the sweetest dog you'll ever. I mean, just nothing.
I heard
but
those
love.
are really sweet.
She's just unbelievably sweet. But you know, but they love on everybody. With the Chihuahua, you got to earn it. But that richness of love is you know, it's worth the earning for sure. It's worth the work you put into them. I find.
You know, it's crazy. It's like how dogs have like such different personalities. Like we have 4 poodles, and you know they're all black, and you know, and you know we even got them from the same breeder. You know, and it's one. She's just angry like a cat. The other one just wants to be pet all day. The other one just wants you to play with them, and then the other one's like, "Leave me alone. I'm just going to go hang out here." You know.
That's it. They're they're souls. They've got a soul in them, just like us, and you know they're definitely. Yeah. Wait, which one's that?
That's Ava. That's Ava too.
She's a pretty girl.
She is a pretty girl.
Yeah.
They do look alike.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like we have, Pepper is our new Chihuahua. She's exactly like Tyson. Very.
You think it might be Tyson?
Well,
maybe reincarnated.
That's possible.
I don't want to give away the punchline, but yeah, it is. It is.
So when I was little, and I would see, you know, there were cartoons that have when. What was it? Was it like The Simpsons or something? And their cat, they have like whatever its name is, the first or second or third or fourth, and they have like 6 or 7 named the same thing but with a number after it. And I used to think that that's what happened to before I ever knew about reincarnate. I mean, I was really little when I thought this. I was like, maybe they have to. That's why like cats have 9 lives, and they just name them whatever life it is, and because they come back. Because that's how it was in cartoons. So
yeah, they definitely, you know, they come back, and if they have a mission, you know, there's a good reason for them to come back. And you know, I believe that Pepper's here to, you know, to help me to continue on with this journey, and to, you know, there'll be a second book, and you know, involving Pepper.
I don't know how it works, or if this happens to other people as far as being empathic or mediums or whatever, but I have a problem. It's really difficult, especially while I'm driving and stuff. If I see an animal, if I see roadkill, basically, I picture that energy replays, you know, in my mind, just like it would a person that was murdered or something terrible happened to them in an accident or whatever. When I pass that spot, I relive like what the animal was feeling, what happened and how it happened and all that. So it's no different than with people, you know, but it is really hard. So
yeah, that must be really hard. I feel I have a problem with roadkill too. I feel real sad when I see them, but I don't experience that though.
No, I will. Anytime but it's the same, you know, if it was a human spirit, I would, if there was an accident in certain places that was really bad, and I see that happen all over again, you know, as I pass it.
So, Brandon, like, where can someone get your book?
Well, the easiest place to get it is through my website, which is www.tysonsgift.com, TYSONSGIFT.com. If you go in there, you can read about a little bit more about me. I've got a little gallery of pictures. I'm going to add more to it too, to kind of go along with the audiobook, which is in the process of being made right now. And there's a button right at the front page where you can it'll take you to an Amazon page where you can buy it. You can also get it on barnesandnoble.com, and there's a bunch of other little stores that are carrying it as well. But the easiest way to get it definitely is through TysonsGift.com or Barnes and Noble, I would say.
Is there any final thoughts for our listeners?
Well, I just want everybody to know that if somebody like me who's a skeptic and can learn that and know deep in my heart that we do live on, anybody can do it. And my sincere hope is that the book will bring people peace with regards to their animals, but also hopefully be compelling enough to people to where they want to open up and go on their own journey and find their own peace and to find their own truth in this, because there's a big difference between reading about it, no matter how compelling the stories are, no matter how convincing they are. There's a big difference between that and actually experiencing it for yourself. It's something that's available to all of us if we're willing to open up and seek it out. And I hope that the book will inspire people to do that. So thank you for having me on.
Well, definitely.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing your story. It's beautiful. And guys, I'm giving him 5 stars. So it's a great read, especially if you lost
6. What are you talking about?
Seriously, if you lost a pet, and because it is a horrible thing to go through, it's devastating. And some people, like I know myself, that the loss of a pet sometimes is way more. Hits you way more than
in my experience, same thing. But what I just said definitely will kind of leans in the same direction. Believe me, your animals are, if you've lost an animal, they are at peace, and they're most likely still with you all the time.
Those are great words.
And I that's something that you can experience if you're open to it. So I hope people will follow that.
I'm going to do it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, you should definitely try to communicate with Caesar, because
I will. I'm going to try.
You can. It's available to you. If you want to reach out to me, I've got some good communicators. If not,
yes, yes, I will definitely. I'll ask your Cara. Is that her name?
Kara,
Kara. See if you can.
Or just email me. Yeah,
okay.
You can email me.
I will.
You can email me through my website too. There's a contact us page. The emails go directly
definitely
to my personal email. Yeah. And any of your listeners want to email me, that's great too.
Definitely. Since Ava's getting up there, I don't even want to think about that, but I know it will come. So
spiritual beings in having a human experience or an earthly experience. That's what we are. We don't die. We don't die. So
I love those final words.
Those
are great, Brandon. So, well, thanks again for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
That was great, guys, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed that very much.
He's it really touched me, and like I said, it's very tearjerker. Very tearjerker.
Yeah, it's like my oldest dog, he's having problems starting to walk around and everything, and
it's scary. It's sad that you have to think about it. I know my brother, Ava's sister, she has a disease. I just found out that it's like ALS for dogs. You ever hear of it?
No.
I can't remember the name of it. But he goes, you should have her tested. I said, no, I'm not having her tested. And then I saw her leg, a little drag this evening. I go, oh no. So I don't want to even go there, because they gave Coda 6 months to 2 years. And I think if something happens to Ava, I'll have to go into a special rehab somewhere because I just thinking about it chokes me. I can't. So
I'm surprised there aren't. I mean, I know they're out there, but I'm surprised that there aren't more animal healers, that do like animal Reiki. And
that's what they told her. He can go to the rehab, but he doesn't know where for the dog.
Right. That's what I mean. I think most psychics and mediums and stuff that I know, maybe they just haven't, delved into the animal world.
Well, I did Reiki on Ava once because she was, what was wrong with her? Oh, her ear. She got a hematoma in her ear, but it didn't help her ear. He left her ear like crooked, it used to be up in the air and now it's like this because the hematoma was so big it damaged. There's all this scar tissue, and she got it from shaking her head because she had I guess she had an earache or something. She shook her head too much. Yeah.
I healed my dogs were really sick from eating a specific dog food.
Oh God.
Before the shutdown, actually, and it came to me one night of what ingredients to make my own dog food, and that completely healed them. So,
what kind of dog food was it?
It was blue buffalo.
Oh, really? I thought that was good.
And well, you would think, and then I did this research even after the fact. My dog started having a lot of stomach problems. Her hair was falling out. She was actually vomiting blood and stuff. And so, she's not that old. That was when she was 3. So she's a Swiss Mountain Dog. And I started doing some research, and they had actually continued to distribute the food and kept it on the market after being sued for numerous dogs having intestinal bleeding and problems. So
that's insanity.
After, I made my own dog food, I put different herbs and vitamins and things like that in it. And her hair grew back. She stopped, she gained all her muscle back and everything. And so.
Oh, so what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to do some reviewing that we were going to do for Halloween. I think it wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off. We're going to start off some videos that Jason sent me. So
I don't remember what I sent you.
Oh, well,
too late. You're getting up there in age, buddy. Yep. You're getting there where we're at.
Let me grab.
I still got like 20 some years.
Oh, you think? Just wait.
And then you'll be in you guys will be like 80 some years old.
Aren't you funny?
Yes.
Explain that, Jason, please.
Well, that's me and Augie over there in that room, that other side of the basement, and we were just hanging out and going to do like a K2 session, and we were just having general conversation, and I forget what we were talking about exactly. It was something to do with some of the spirits in the house, and then we didn't notice this flashlight until we came out of that basement.
What flashlight are you talking about?
The one that lights up there on the table. You're watching the video.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, so we had no idea that was even there because we come out and I was like, Augie, did you turn that flashlight on? He's like, what flashlight? I was like, I don't know. Where does flashlight come from? It was actually a flashlight from another paranormal group that was there previously.
That's crazy. Did it have batteries in it?
Nope.
Yeah, there's batteries in it, and it just clicked on by itself. Yeah. Like, I have no idea. Like, you can hear it turn on.
You can actually hear the click.
Yeah. So that was quite interesting. That was on our second time there at the Belair house, where that whatever the heck was ran up on me and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, the duck.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah. It was an alien.
No, you guys are crazy.
You won't come out with us and investigate, so
come on out.
Experience it.
Duck. It was a duck that came out.
So it's funny you mentioned that because
Daffy came around.
I believe it's in maybe German beliefs. Ducks are really, for whatever reason, throughout there's folklore and legend about it. They're a very bad omen. It's something about
ducks are a bad omen.
Yes, in their beliefs. It's the same. I was going to say that earlier about raccoons. They. What's the shapeshifter that turns into the raccoons were thought to be? Is it the Winna? Oh, what's that? The cryptid.
I have no clue.
The W.
Wendigo.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Wendigo.
Maybe.
Winnebago.
Well, that was my first. That's my first.
And if you're here, put one of these candles out. But don't burn yourself.
Oh my gosh.
That sucker went out by itself.
No kidding. You got that?
Oh, what's that?
Okay.
Good, Sean.
we were sitting around the table, and it was like a hurricane candle, and when that was lit, and Russell said, can you blow this candle out, but don't burn yourself? And as you can see, no one blew on it, but the flame actually went out.
Let's play it again.
That was a headline.
Edwin, if you're here, put one of these candles out. But don't burn yourself.
Oh my gosh! This candle just went out.
No kidding. You got one?
Go ahead, one more time, Jen.
One more time.
One more time.
Edwin, if you're here, put one of these candles out. But don't burn yourself.
Oh my gosh! This candle just went out.
Daniel was so
kidding.
excited.
You got one?
Daniel was
God.
so excited.
Yeah. And it went out by itself.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
Let me
really
see.
cool.
And you have a couple. It looks like recordings. I'm going to see if I can.
Try to debunk it. Good luck.
I'm going to see if I can.
Right?
I might not be able to. I might not be able to download it. Can you hear that?
No.
You
No.
can't hear it. I can't play it
Oh,
because it's not a downloadable. It's just I don't think I.
Oh, that's that EVP you sent her, Jason.
yeah. So I think I said a few.
Yeah, but I don't think I can download them so you guys can hear it. I don't think so. Let me see. It might be able to.
Oh,
Let
that'd
me
be
see.
cool. That'd be cool if it does work because I sent the no voice
I'm going to
EVP.
put share audio. Let me see if I can do this. To find my
Everyone's waiting with anticipation here.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to. It won't even let
No.
me.
We don't want to hear that.
What? No, what did you just say?
I said no. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear it.
Oh, I'm trying to actually share that screen, but it won't let me share it for some reason. Let's see. Trying to share the. I can't share it. Where's Facebook?
Well, if you go on our Facebook page, Pittsburgh Paranormal Society,
I was trying. That's what
we'll
I'm
have it up.
trying.
Where's it at on there? Oh,
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Explain that, Jason. Explain it.
Here,
The
let's
setup.
play it again real quick. Play it again real quick.
It says no.
Yeah, but listen to it walking.
Now, where'd you get that at?
I'll explain in a minute. Okay, so the story behind that. So back this was about the time right before I ended up joining the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. That was actually from when we were having poltergeist activity in the house, and everything was real active. So I actually set my recorder up to run all day while my wife and I were both at work, and nobody was home. And come home and then trying to review like 8 hours of audio is a daunting task in itself. But that came through towards the end of the recordings, and I timed it around like 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon. And I can't explain it. There was nobody in the house, but you hear,
That's scary.
yeah, you hear clearly walking on the floor closer and closer to the recorder. And that it's clear as day. So
Yeah. Does that voice, is it similar to someone else?
no, that's the whole thing.
Do
but
you
can
recognize
tell.
it like a deceased relatives? No.
No, definitely not. But I mean, if you listen to it, it doesn't even sound quite, on the human frequency rate. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
Yeah.
There's something different about it. But I
Wait,
can't
and what
explain it.
time was it exactly?
That was about 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon is when we caught that one. Nobody was there. But
That's spooky.
yeah, tell me about it, because when I was listening to the reviewing all the audio, and then I heard that all my hair stood up.
Yeah, that would scare me. They know.
Do you
That
remember what you were doing that day, like around that time?
was at work. Yeah, I was at work. She was at work. Everybody, we
So what was that you captured it on?
Zoom H1 digital recorder, which I use on all of our investigations for EVPs. It's actually like one of the best recorders, especially for being only around $100. You can't go wrong with it, But
that was
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, tell me, like I said before, being an investigator, and so that was, an eye opener.
You have a couple more. Let's hear the next one.
So hear me sleeping, right? So that's me sleeping, and then something knocks on the back door. It kept doing it at different times throughout the night. That 3 knocks.
Let me hear that. Let's see. Oh, I heard it.
Now here's the funny part. There's a screen door that's in front of the wood door, but that's not the screen door noise. That's the wood door. So, yeah.
It's not a screen. That's a wood door. That's a wood knock. Let's listen.
Right, but we have screen doors in that, but that was definitely the wood door.
Yeah, if you have to really listen towards the end. I heard it.
Yeah, bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
That was with the Blair house?
No, that was my house.
That was at your house.
I got all kinds of activity. Like there's 2 videos.
Oh my God! So what do? You
most
set your
haunted
camera up
house
before you
in
go to
Pennsylvania.
bed?
Yeah, probably.
He has the most haunted house in Pennsylvania.
Well, I just ordered. I have one of those nanny cams, and it's a cheap one. Believe me, I wanted to try, but I couldn't understand why. Why it would not record. Well, you have to have a SIM card in it. So it's called a WYZE. Did you ever hear of that?
You got Wise.
It's a cheap ass one, but the thing is about this one, it picks up all these weird noises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of those cameras do that.
Why? Where are they getting the sound from?
It's just a lot of interference kind of stuff, and being over the internet, because you're looking at it through your cell phone, through the camera, so it's running through the internet. It's just a bunch of noise, because it's a cheap camera.
Well, I got the recording, so if I do this at night and let it record, if it picks up, if there's something there, you think it's going to pick it up?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, probably.
God, I can't wait. I might regret it.
Like that camera, that one you're pointing at right now, that's from a cheap camera. We got set up throughout the house.
And let's see what's on here.
Which I'm not sure which one that one is.
Isn't that when the curtain moved?
Yes. Oh.
Is this on? Is it working? Can you see it?
Yeah. I hope I sent you the short version. It looks like I did.
Yeah, it's a minute. What are we looking for?
You'll see. Look at that curtain moving.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'll explain this one too.
But you could see it come up before that too, before it moved.
Oh, yeah. Watch, it gets even better. Watch this.
Oh my. Oh wow.
Look at that. Look at that.
Do you see the shadow moving underneath there? Is that a shadow person?
So let me explain this video to you. Okay, so that's a library. There are no vents in there. The windows are closed. We've had several people that was like, "Hey, I seen the curtains move in your upstairs window, and I pulled in your driveway, this and that." And I was like, whatever, And then once we got cameras, we set one up on it to watch it. So my wife and I were actually outside with our 4 dogs, or I think we had 3 at the time. We might have had 4. I can't remember. Letting them out, and she's like, "The curtain just moved upstairs." I said, "No, it didn't." And then we went in the house. I was like, "You know what? Let me check the camera." So we checked the camera, and that's what happened while we were outside. Yeah.
Go back. Can you go to 21:08?
I'm gonna start it over.
20. Because the time is mirrored from the date.
Oops, what the heck? What are we doing here? Wait. Okay, wait. So how do I replay this? Is there a replay on here? Wait. Okay. Or is it playing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So right there, you can see it
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
before it moves the curtain.
Did you see that little shadow person thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
What the hell is it?
I don't know.
It got to be paranormal. Ghost.
Yeah. I believe we have a child spirit in the house, and I actually think we have a spirit of somebody's past animal in there too, like a dog, like a little dog.
Yeah.
And the original owner of the house, we believe she was there too.
I just got something is stuck in your house. One of them.
Oh, it's all good stuff now. We got rid of the nasty.
No, but I
Sean,
mean,
you remember that?
they're not that they're bad. They're stuck there. They feel stuck there. That's all I heard.
That's the long one, I think.
This is the one with the light going off, I think.
It's 57 seconds.
Yeah, if you look at the light on the left, they have turn dials, and it just went out by itself. And when we went up there to check it, the dial was turned off. So there's no other way to explain that other than,
Paranormal.
something was up there doing that. Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Which light on the right?
On the left. You see how it's lit up? It's over the same window that the curtain moved. I think this was like the next day or something. Or it might have been later that day. I can't remember.
So if you go to 12/8, the date.
12/8.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, something likes to play games up there.
Now, whose house is that? Yours.
Yeah, this is all in the beginning. Yeah.
And what are these pictures?
So these pictures, you see how this stuff's all like that?
Mm-hmm.
So we had an object, or we had a photo with the person that was causing poltergeist havoc in the house. And it was in the room that this stuff is in, which is also the room that we had a rabbit in who started thumping his foot erratically, going crazy. And all this stuff was not like this when we would leave. It was all set up nice, just storage. We come home and it looked like somebody ransacked the room. This is even scratching
like
the
a real
surface.
rabbit?
Yeah.
I mean, a live one? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real. It was huge.
I thought you meant maybe a spirit rabbit sorry.
No, we had a real rabbit, and when stuff started acting up, we didn't know why he kept thumping his foot like nonstop. And, we literally come home from work, and this room was just flipped upside down unbelievably. And, we documented everything. And, this was back in...
Is it baby diapers? Are those diapers?
Yeah, that's for one of the dogs. Yeah, so, but like I said, this isn't even scratching the surface. I just wanted to share a couple of the photos we have and documented. What else you got?
Where'd it go? Shit, I lost it. There. Where'd it go? Why is it doing that? What the heck? Where did it go? I had it all set up.
Oh boy!
It's a ghost.
If you click on the name and then the shared videos and pictures, they should pop up. I guess. I don't know. Jenny, you look so confused.
I don't know what happened to the messenger.
They just don't want us to see it.
I guess. I've got to go all the way back. It was all set up. Okay, now I totally lost it. Why is this doing this? I'll have to go all the way up to the beginning because that was last week. Come on, baby. Oh my God.
Like I said, Jason's house has the most haunted house in Pennsylvania.
Do you think that you bring some of those home from some of your investigations?
No, I can.
No. I had one did from next door, the abandoned house of the.
I mean, I know I brought stuff home from things on occasion. I'm obviously not purposely, but.
No, I won't let that happen, Trish.
Okay, what's that?
So I come home the one day from work, and I come upstairs, and then if you look at the top of that picture, you see stuff laying on the floor. Well, actually, it was like a trail. Like something took all this stuff and made like a trail lead to the our room, and smashed a picture was at the end of the trail right there on the floor.
And this has happened in your house. You come home and see that.
Yeah, that was it was all within like a week. All this stuff went crazy, But this is all before, this is what got me into, wanting to be an investigator, is dealing with this kind of stuff, figuring it out, and had to have Sean come over with his crew. And I was like, what's going on? This is freaky.
That is scary. Let me pick up another.
Just imagine you come home, from work, and you see just like a perfectly laid trail of items to a picture of certain people smashed on the floor. Like, if that doesn't make the hair stand on the back of your neck, I don't know what
was there. So it was two specific people. What I assume there was a message in that. Did you figure out why they were leading to pictures of those specific people?
Yeah, because it pinpointed and helped us figure out who it was that was causing the havoc, and then we found the photograph that this person was in, so we got rid of it. We had to. That's a whole nother story.
That's
oh my God, that's crazy.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah, it is.
Is that the same way we saw that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like there's something with that. Is that a stuffed animal on the chair?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I keep going back to that. I'm like, what is wrong with that stuff? There's something with that stuffed animal.
It's just hanging out.
There's the guy.
That's the one that we caught out. Well, Valerie caught it out in Grove Cemetery in New Brighton. Can you bring it in some? It was 99 degrees. It was really, really hot. Val sat down, snapped a picture with her phone, and that's what she caught.
Yeah, I can't bring this.
Were you able to go near the headstone that he was standing by?
Yes, and he looked on. It was his wife and two girls, I think.
As far as I can get it.
Okay. But there's a man, like I said, it was 99 degrees and really humid out, and he's wearing heavy coat. That's Jason's there.
The shadow man, yeah. I'm backstage.
What is that? Yeah, I can hear you.
Hear me?
Yeah.
That's my first shadow man I caught at Grove Cemetery. Actually, the same cemetery that that previous picture was at. So we were there, and I was using a nice Nikon camera, and I was reviewing my photos, and caught this guy. Like, you could see it. It's kind of hard to see on the screen through the show here, but in the actual picture, it's a shadow man. There's no other explanation for it. So
it's shadow. Yeah, it is. Now, according to some enthusiasts who are into the aliens, they claim that's an alien.
Really?
Yeah. I've talked to many of them. But it's a shadow person in a cemetery. It's a ghost.
Hold control. Yeah. What was he saying? Hold control and what?
And scroll.
Wow.
Hold what? He says I can make it go. There's no way I can make that bigger.
Do you have a PC or a Mac?
It's a PC, but what is he talking about? Hold. I mean, hold control down and scroll.
I think that's what he's talking about.
There. Wait. I can't do it. It's making me dizzy. Now look what I did.
Oh
How am I
God.
going to fix that?
I don't see anything. It looks the
I
same over
know.
here.
What the heck did I do?
Oh my goodness.
Great.
Then scroll with the middle mouse.
Stupid fool. Why did you tell me to do that? Oh my God. I'm leaving it alone. I screwed it up. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it hasn't changed.
Oh, on my end, it got really big. Oh God. I better just quit that. You see that?
Yeah.
That picture was taken. There's a cemetery down in Avella called Shades of Death Cemetery. And when I got out of the car, I took a picture right away, and that's what I picked up.
Oh, Shades
That's
of
pretty
Death.
cool. I like it. Yeah. Look at it. You can see like a whole figure.
That's like a big mist.
Yeah.
That's
It
crazy.
was creepy. It was creepy.
It almost looks like it's walking on all fours, but
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a bunch
this
more.
one here, this is when we actually started back in 2006. We were up at Snyder Cemetery up near Moraine State Park. And again, I took a picture of them too. And if you look at that mist that's going, it's like they were telepathically talking to each other. That's in a little cemetery called Snyder Cemetery.
That's spooky.
This was my favorite from North Park. This is taken on Blue Miss Road.
You love that place.
I love that place. That's my go-to place, buddy.
I've noticed.
You know it. But if you look at the two sides on each side, that's mist. And in the middle, it's not a bug. And we tried to really, really debunk it as a bug, but it isn't.
What's that white thing in the middle?
That's what I'm talking about. We don't know what it was.
It's Mothman.
If it was a bug, you can actually see its wings flapping.
So right before I saw this, I kept getting sprites, and I'm like, sprites. I was thinking of the drink. No, Sprite, as in the elemental fairy Sprite.
Right.
Oh.
And sprites. So there's one thing about sprites. They can be very, they can make like flowers bloom and all kinds of things, but they can also be dangerous if threatened. So sometimes they do, there's stories about them doing things to people too.
Yeah, that's my favorite picture because it looks like a cross, really. And that picture, ladies and gentlemen who are watching and listening, that is a scratch mark from a spirit.
That's spooky.
Because she deliberately went into the barn down in Prospect and was calling out the ghost. So
do you think? I thought ghosts don't do that. It's more demonic.
Oh no, it was a ghost. It's not demonic. It was a ghost. It was a ghost. And she egged it on and she called it out. And he's not a friendly spirit. And that's what he did to her back. That is what happens when you call out the spirit, when you want to get to be ignorant with the spirit. That's what happens to you. And I've seen ones that were worse.
Manipulated.
No.
What the heck is the metaverse?
The what?
Metaverse.
I'm listening to Cyber Demon says the metaverse. What is he talking about?
Oh.
I don't know.
What are you talking about, Cyber Demon?
I see. How do you know this is a negative?
It's okay. It was 2:00 in the morning, and one of my group members, he was taking the camera, and
looks like he has a can of Coke in his hand.
It's a Bible. We call him the preacher man. We call him the preacher man.
It looks like an orb at the bottom of the picture as well.
That's a green orb, and that is the area where she buried her pets. Now, what happened was when the girl walked by that area, she felt something there. So she walked 10 more feet ahead, turned around, put her camera on a tripod, and put a 30-second delay snap on it. And when it snapshot, when this picture was taken, that's what came up. And we call him the preacher man.
So the people who don't have the video, you're at what area?
This right here.
Yeah, for
This
someone
is
who doesn't have video, they're just listening on the radio.
Okay. That is down in Elizabeth, PA, right along the Mon River. And it's like she calls it the back 40. Her property is really big. The place is called Molnar's Marina. And that's where we caught that.
And
picture.
we're looking at it looks like it's in the evening.
It was about 2 a.m.
2 a.m, and there's this, like, there was nothing there when you were there.
No.
It was when you took the picture, you can see this now. It's a figure. It looks like of a man that's a heavier set man.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like he's wearing a hat, like a round hat, like a sort of like an Amish kind of hat.
Could be, but if you look at his hand too, it looks like he's holding a book. That's how he became the preacher man.
Okay, so it looks like a preacher. He's wearing a long coat. Okay, I can see it. It's pretty awesome. And he's standing sideways, like.
Yeah, it's like a profile picture.
Okay, that's pretty neat. And then we have these swings. Now, what's the significance of these swings? And there's an orb above the one.
So this was at Lake Shawnee when we were down there, and this swings right there, I think are from I forget what year they're from. It's really old, but there was a little girl that actually got killed on those swings. And I believe it's the one that the orb is above that she actually was killed on. From my understanding, from what we were told when we went on the tour before, we were unleashed to do our investigation. And we didn't really have any activity that whole night, except like this orb was probably one of the bigger things that happened. It's just coincidental how it's right above the swing that little girl, was killed on way back in I forget, was it 20s or 30s, 40s? I can't remember.
So you think this little girl's still hanging around?
Oh, yeah.
She is.
Why would she be hanging around there? It's dark. It's scary.
She could be attached to that, maybe because it was her last moment. We don't know.
And where is this at?
That was Lake Shawnee in Virginia.
West Virginia.
My bad.
So I came across this a long time ago about, is that the same one that had the amusement park?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's funny, there's also a Lake Shawnee. There's 2 of them near where I live. And when I was researching those, because there's a lot of places that are haunted there as well, that's when I came across this one. And I don't remember what it was, but some of the spirits from there were contacting me. So there's something significant about, I don't remember what it was though.
And that's another good picture of mine. Of course, it's Blue Miss Road. But look how bright those orbs, that orb is right above my head. That's huge. It's like the moon. People have a problem with orbs. At the beginning I did, but for me, you can tell the difference between a dust orb, pollen, all like and this one is as bright as the moon, just following me.
It's a pretty cool picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting.
Oh, this is great.
This is a good one.
This is real good. This is recent too. Too bad you can't hear it.
I can turn the volume up. Wait.
Yeah, turn it up.
$25.
So we'll be looking at the door opening.
So my wife and my mom are sitting on the couch talking. Remember, I've told you before that my front door opens by itself
Yeah.
at random. You can hear it unlock and just swing open, and my dog was like, goes to check it out. There's just random.
That's pretty.
Luckily, we were able to catch it on camera when it happens. Over the.
So what do you do? Just so you were because you think your house. Well, you believe your house is haunted, so you just have the camera moving. Or is that a nanny cam? Like it just goes on?
No, I got there's surveillance cameras that run nonstop. So it's been. I think we've caught the door on camera 3 or 4 times over the last 10 years.
Wow.
That was a sweet picture, man.
That's a apparition right there in the woods next to my house.
Oh,
I caught that with a full spectrum camera.
Yeah, I can see that.
See the whole.
Yeah. To me, it looks like someone's wearing a long cape, and they have a hood.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're wearing, but all I know is
looks like a witch is doing some sacrifices.
Oh man.
We always get the bad rap here.
Yeah, they do, Trish.
I only wear hooded.
What's crazy is with everything that comes from the woods. We've put a salt line up on the border of the wood line, and then made the Indian spirits offerings before to protect our property from whatever's over there, so that they'll actually come up to the wood line and stop. Like nothing crosses over anymore, or at least hasn't in a very long time. Because I've caught a couple spirits over there. So
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty recent too.
That's a neat picture.
Yeah, like when we go on vacation or something, we'll have to have somebody stop by, check the house out, make sure the door's not open.
This one really scary.
Yeah, that was in the woods too. I had surveillance cameras running all
tree
night.
Fairy.
Nah.
Could be a skinwalker that's not in. It could be a type of skinwalker.
What do you think, Trish?
That looks like an elemental of some, like one of the tree. Yeah.
It looks like it's part of the tree.
What do you have? Did I send you the picture right before it? There's nothing there, and that just popped in for like a quick second.
What do you mean?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did, bro.
Go back good. I don't know if I sent her that or not.
No.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. I'll have to
now, where was this picture taken?
The woods next to my house. That was actually on camera video. And I stopped the video when I saw something there. Because there was nothing. It popped in and then disappeared just as fast as it came in the camera.
I heard, what about a troll also?
That's what it looks like.
Wood troll.
It looks like a female of whatever it is.
That's why I thought it looked like a fairy.
Now, Trish, ain't fairies a little bit smaller?
Demon thinks it's an alien.
Oh, no. The Fey world can be a lot. I mean, there's trolls, fairies, like I said, sprites. They can be huge or big or little, or it depends on what kind of elemental it is.
Boots the cat said it's an alien too. Aliens are. And okay, what is this? It's a big orb.
Yep, that's an orb from the Kinsman house.
Oh,
Sean, that was from when we were there.
Yeah.
That's also, I think I sent you the pictures of the fireplace. It looks like
sure did.
Poking out around there.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Now, I see I was saying there's a profile in there, but no, it can't be. And what is this over here? It looks like a monster. Look at the eyes and nose.
Yeah, that was that the Octagon house? Yeah, that was the Octagon house.
That looks like an alien.
Yeah.
Or it looks like the Duck Man.
All I know is it's definitely something. I'm not sure.
Definitely looks like a Duck Man. A skinwalker.
Like Duck Man. It almost looks like a kid.
You think?
To me, it's like something. I don't know. It's small. But that was the only things we caught that weekend there.
That's like a goblin.
Yeah, that's what I said. It looks like a little monster.
See the nose.
Leprechaun.
The there.
Yeah, it looks like the eyes To me, I see 2 eyes, pointy ears, and a weird big head.
Oh, see, I see a face below that, even by the whatever that table is. There's like one right there, and then there's
there is. Look at the 2 eyes. There's
I
eyes,
didn't see that.
it almost looks like 2 there.
Yeah, it looks
and
like
then one
2
above.
little. They look one here and one there. They look like little trolls.
Well, those look like goblins. There's a difference between goblins and trolls.
Trish, you're right. They look like goblins.
There is a big and there. So the tree one was probably like a nymph, and then the next one was a troll, and this is a goblin. There's a distinct difference.
They do.
A troll, a goblin, and a nymph walk into a bar.
But this one to me,
they're all very
the pointed ears. I can see the pointy ears.
You're very different.
It's going to haunt you in your dreams, Jenny.
Jeez, that's all I need. God. Oh, jeez, I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Here it is.
Look at the fireplace right there. You see that?
That little guy.
I think I sent you the picture right before this. There's nothing there.
I think you did too.
I hope I didn't.
There it is.
Look, yeah. There's nothing there. This is right.
But I see a little troll here too.
Yeah,
look at
what
the little
is
eyes? That? A little troll.
Now they said that there's a child spirit that haunts that place.
You know what? That could be a child because look how little he is and his little arms.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they're having. To me, it looks like a little girl and it has little ribbons in its hair.
Could be. I mean, but go to the next picture.
So that one I got that she's bound to the house. I don't know. That's all I heard on that one. I don't know what that means, but.
Oh, can you pick it up? Can you pick up on it?
That was the Kinsman house as well.
Wait, wrong way.
Wrong way.
Wrong way.
Right there. No, look,
nothing there, and then, bam! Hello.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, and that was all caught on surveillance.
So right when I said that, I don't know if like on my screen where it shows my screen backstage, it flashed purple a few times. I don't know if you all saw that. That was crazy.
Well,
so maybe that was confirmation that she's bound to the house.
Maybe. No. Okay. No. Let's describe for someone who doesn't have video. What are we looking at? We're looking at a
So what we're looking at. This was at the Kinsman house. We went on an overnight investigation, and we caught some orbs and everything. And on the surveillance of this particular room at this fireplace, we're looking at behind the couch. In one picture, there's nothing there, and then the very next frame. That looks like it could be a child or something just fully pops into focus, and we're not sure exactly what it is. But the backstory was, I believe that there was a child spirit that haunts the place, and so we're wondering if that could possibly be that.
Yeah, and come to think of it, when you think about this stuff, it makes me thirsty.
I'm drinking some Coke Zero right now.
Yeah, it makes me thirsty for Carnation Breakfast Essentials. Light start. So I just want to let you know that they are. This episode is brought to you by Carnation, and these are great. I don't understand. I don't have a green screen on, so why is it doing this?
It's like a ghost box.
It's a ghost box.
Seriously,
ghost.
It's a new holographic box.
I don't have a green screen on.
It's the light start.
That's so weird.
It's got fewer calories.
Yes, it does.
And this episode is brought to you by Carnation. I just want to let you know that. Oh, well. Anyways, let's go back to thank you so much, Carnation, for sponsoring this.
Thank you, Carnation.
Episode. And where were we? Okay. To my screen. Oh, here we go again, guys. Oh, jeez.
Oh, here we go. We were right in the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Why is it doing? Okay, here we go. Is it? Can you see that?
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
So yeah, definitely, I think it's a little girl.
It's something. Last week's Halloween episode.
Well, we did it. We did the last. It took us to go through all these wonderful pictures. I want to go back to the which one? This is pretty cool. The EB. I want to go back to the sound, but I have to do it this way, guys, because I'm afraid I will lose you.
Yeah, try it.
So that's really cool. I have to go back to the EVPs, if I can get there. These are really cool pictures. This was a good one too, so we have to go back. Oh, here we go. Sharing my screen. Oh, great. We're going to get you on that. Okay, here we go. Why do we have to share the screen? What is comments? Why does it do this? Why is it do it? See, my internet stopped.
It's the ghost.
Oh, no, it's stalled. Gee. Stop. Let me try to do it on my, let me try to find that one on my own. My internet's been lousy. I don't know what's going on with this. It's so slow. You still there?
You might have to reset your router box.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a button on it. Use the pen and push the button until it resets.
Yeah, I guess I can't do it anymore. It's just too. My screen is gigantic now because. Yeah. There we go. Let me see if I can pull it up before we have to leave. Oh, it's just not moving.
My teeth look black with this. Setting.
Yeah, they do, dude. That looks creepy, man. You're like the Wizard of Oz, dude. The Oz, you know, the guy behind the green curtain and shit.
Yeah.
Jeez. Where's those little? I like these things. Let me see if I can share them now.
Are you gonna try to share the EVPs?
I'm gonna try. Can you hear that?
No.
You can't hear it.
No.
Why does this sometimes not work?
Because it's haunted.
Operator error.
Can you hear that?
No.
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 My daughter and I on Saturday, we were on this bridge kind of stairway, in the woods. And this wasn't until I came home, I found on my phone where, I was carrying my phone, but it wasn't on. And there was a short video clip that I didn't remember taking, obviously. I must have hit the button. But there's always a reason for that, because when I played it, you could hear 3 voices. And bridges and stairways and crossroads and things like that are often where people find a lot of spirits. So, obviously they're trying to get our attention.
You should take your camera, camera or video. Was it video?
Get it out, Sean. Come on.
It was a video.
Yeah.
Well, go out again. Go out again with your camera and try to get something on it.
But I have to be conscientious. They're around me all the time. So for me to go out and be like, okay, I'm going to get one. It's like taking people's pictures, I'm like
okay. That'd be cool.
That's funny.
But can I say who's going to be my guest on my show tonight?
You may.
Jason Ian Petro is going to be my guest tonight.
Oh, snap!
Yeah.
I am.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
And I got your questions ready, buddy.
Oh,
gosh,
boy, I didn't do it. For the record, whoever's listening, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
So my show Into the Night, I come on right after Chasing Prophecy. It's 11 o'clock till midnight on the same channel here, and I'm having fun doing it. And Jason is going to be our guest star tonight. So.
Oh boy, this should be
Sounds
interesting.
good.
Then we'll get Jenny. I got Trish, I got Jason, then I got Jenny.
Oh no, John, I'm ready for bed right now.
Maybe we can do it ahead of time.
And then we'll have a week where all 4 of us are on there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be good.
Do that.
Chasing Prophecy went into the night, never to return.
And even with our show, it's funny. It's usually around a week later, a few days, a week later, I get messages about the previous week's show that I didn't even realize at the time, and I'm like, oh wow, that makes sense, So
it's a good show. I'm trying to
not physical messages, like spiritual messages.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's wow. Yeah, you were talking about the red cat. Remember the
Oh,
red cat?
yes.
Oh.
It came into my life unexpectedly.
Yeah. You never know. I'm going to try to communicate with Ava and Caesar.
And I have a cat up this week. I forgot about that.
Oh,
my
yeah.
mother-in-law here.
That's cool. Yeah, it was a good show. I don't know if we have a guest for next week. Oh, geez. Here we go.
We'll find out Monday night.
You'll find out.
Right?
They will tell. Yeah, I don't think we have a guest for next week.
I like the surprise factor.
I don't.
Right?
I don't like the surprise. I don't like when that happens because we do have a guest, Michelle, but I don't know who she is. So I'll have to do some research in my emails to find out. Huh?
As a reader, I like it because it doesn't give me time to research anything about them. So anything, any messages I get are intuitive. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you guys are open to get guests. I have to find out who this person is because I don't like that. I don't like when they cancel on me or just don't show up either. We had a lot of cancellations recently. So
why is that, I wonder?
I don't know, because it's later, and a lot of them I had to reschedule, and some of them don't want to do the later. We can always record too if we get.
Yeah, that's true too.
We can always record, but it's time for Sean's show in a little bit, so we're going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for tuning in to Torture Tuesday.
Yeah, It wasn't that torturous.
It wasn't. No, not at all. It was a good torture.
I mean, if you have any more evidence, we're always can do the second hour with your evidence. So you guys got to get busy and go on some investigations and get actual evidence.
Well, come with us.
Oh, yeah.
Come with us.
Come
with us, Jenny.
Come with us, and then
it's been over a year. We've been asking you to come with us. You have to.
I haven't seen you guys in a year. Oh wow.
Yeah, we'll film the investigation and put that on the second hour if you come on.
Yeah, that would be funny. I have a lot of outtakes.
Have to get one of those movie things. I forget what they're called.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have some evidence when I get my SIM card. And I'll take some video. But we're going to go ahead and sign off.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.